Alright, hey, what's going on, guys? This is my WWE Royal Rumble slash Raw review. Um, let's start with the Rumble. I got the first Rumble match right. I picked Antonio Cesaro to win the first match, which he did. It didn't make sense to let Miz win because why move him down to the mid card? Didn't make sense there. In the tag team match, Team Hell No won, which didn't make sense to me at all. I really don't know what they're doing with the storyline right now. It seems like them winning, they want them to, I don't know, continue on, but that was the third time World Scholars had fought for the belts. That really makes them look weak. Really makes them look weak. How are you gonna make... it doesn't really make them look like a legitimate force in the tag team division. They fought for it 3 times and lost. That doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, maybe they got something going on. I don't know. But, then we got Alberto Del Rio versus The Big Show. Of course, I predicted Alberto Del Rio to win, which he did, using some duct tape, which is the same thing he did. That reminds me of Cena versus Batista at Over the Limit a couple years ago. People have been saying that that's kind of a heel tactic, but both times it's been used by a face. So, I don't know what the heel tactic thing's coming from. But anyway, it's a no disqualification match. So you can do whatever you want, heel or face. So I have no problem with it. Do what you gotta do to win. Alright? So, and we get to not the main event for only the second time ever since 2006 is the last time that the Royal Rumble match was not the main event of the show. So, we get to the Royal Rumble match. We have Dolph Ziggler entering at number 1, and the biggest surprise and the biggest pop of the night, my personal favorite wrestler of all time, Chris Jericho, comes in at the number 2 entrant. I about shit my pants. I don't know who was expecting it. If you were, I would like to see anybody say that they were expecting that. Wow, that was incredible. But anyway, the only other kind of shocking return that I saw was The Godfather. That was pretty epic. I like that one. He brought out all his hoes. That was cool. But anyway, the only person that came down in it at the end that I predicted was John Cena. It was him and Ryback at the end, and John Cena won. I was hoping that maybe WWE was going to create a new star this time, but they didn't, in WWE fashion. So, John Cena's your winner. Buzz fucking kill. Anyway, we get to the main event of the evening, which is CM Punk versus The Rock. I predicted The Rock to win. It's kind of obvious after you see Cena win the Rumble. It makes it pretty effing obvious. But, it was a good match. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad, but it was, considering Rock doesn't wrestle ever, except for 2 times a year, that seems like it was a good match. Punk carried it, obviously. And, he had a botch spot on the table, and it kind of collapsed. There was going to be a rock bottom on the announcer table, but it collapsed. But it's all good. And, there you go. And, everything blacked out, and you heard all the commotion. Michael Cole's talking, everything. He's like, the Shield, the Shield, the Shield. And, you hear the... And, the Shield power bombs him when they announce table, but you can't see it. Whatever. So the lights come on, Rock's laid out. So Punk gets him, blah, blah, blah. Pins him, 1, 2, 3, blah. You think, holy shit. Punk just won. Who the fuck saw this coming? But, I had a feeling this was going to happen. I was just sitting there thinking, like, here comes Vince McMahon. McMahon's coming. Here he comes. The music hits. Alright. I'm sitting there thinking, here we go. The match is going to get started. And that's eventually what happened after you get through some bullcrap. Blah, blah, blah chatter. Anyway, the match gets restarted. Punk beats up on The Rock for a couple of minutes. And then Rock comes back. Blah, blah, blah. Hits him. Does the people able? 1, 2, 3. Bam. The Rock's the champion. Which I called. Not exactly the way it went down, but I did call it. So Rock's a champion. Blah, blah, blah. Half the crowd was against The Rock anyway. Think about that. So anyway, now we get to the Raw. Sucky Raw. The whole first half of Raw sucked, so it's not even worth talking about. Anyway, you get the Rock comes out as the champion. He does his poses. He lifts up the championship. Does his little speech. It's a normal thing. I like The Rock, but it's normal stuff. Anyway. And then Punk comes out, challenges him to Elimination Chamber for a rematch, which tells me what the hell is going to happen with the Raw Elimination Chamber. What are they going to be fighting for? Because Cena obviously wants to challenge for the WWE title. So, I really don't know what they're going to do about that whole situation. We'll have to see, but anyway, that all happened. And then you had Jericho come out. Badass promo that he doesn't he doesn't do very often. Because he's been a heel for a long time. So he did his face promo. And, which is badass. And then Ziggler came out, obviously. And, did his thing. Calling him out. Why are you here? Why are you here? And then Vicky came out and said, oh, I'm the one that signed him. Boom. So apparently they're trying to gradually turn Vicky face, which is going to be a challenge. But anyway, they roll the wheel, and it's a strange bedfellows match, which puts Ziggler and Jericho tag teaming against Team Hell No. So all that happens, and it gets down to it. Jericho screws Ziggler over, and Team Hell wins. Whatever. That is whatever. And then you get to the end. The Heyman review. Which I was pretty sure was going to happen, but not totally positive. So, Mr. McMahon and Heyman get out there. They do their spat, and, it's like, you can see him firing him from a mile away. It's like, this is not what the big punchline is. It's like, something's going to happen. Like, why hold this to the end of the show if something's not big going to happen? So, of course, he gets to his line. He's like, and you're... Right before he does it, boom, Brock Lesnar's music hits. And then Brock Lesnar is for his return. Brock Lesnar comes out. Boom. F5's McMahon. And that closes the show. There you go. So, in that aspect, the first 2.5 hours, whatever. The last hour and a half, or hour, you should say, very good. So there you go. Take it like it is. I'll catch you next time. Peace.